Hello and welcome to the Biotech Group J. I'm going to be presenting this on behalf of Amy Bates, David Crofton, Patrick Farrell, Kate Scully, myself, Melanie Waldron, and Helena Walsh. So we're going to give you an executive summary. First, so the current biotech manufacturing operations based in France, we're going to give you an overview of that. Assess Lithuania as possible a new location. We're going to be looking at the biotech industry overview, pest analysis, financial analysis summary, startup costs, operational costs, profitability, production improvements, and increased profits through lean management practices. And we're going to give the conclusion and recommendations at the end as well. So we're going to be looking at which country, ease of doing business, why Lithuania, pest analysis, Lithuania highlights, transport and logistics and labour, biotech industry, competitive analysis through lean management, and project financial analysis, and then the conclusion. So the first thing we're going to look at is the country comparison. We're doing this to see which is the best country to have a plant location, and we're also going to be using the ease of doing business model for this. So we've used a variety of different categories on this, going through starting a business, registering taxes, paying taxes, resolving insolvency, dealing with permits, getting credits, trading across borders, getting electricity, protecting minority investors, enforcing contracts, etc. So overall, if you look through all the charts, you'll be able to look through these in more detail on the main slide, and you can see overall that the best one to do, ease of doing business, comes out at Lithuania there, number one. Some other detailed facts about Lithuania is the population, 2.8 million. In the euro currency, they have low taxes. Doing business is ranked number 11th in the world. It's a great location. Eastern European, locked in there between Latvia and Russia, and it's very central and accessible towards the rest of Europe. The capital is Lithuania is Vilnius, but the second biggest city is Kaunas, and of course it's a member of the EU. So we did quick pest analysis on this. So just to run through these, it's accelerated international trade and greater production. Global economic activity has grown there. More open and economic policies, facilities, imports. It has 53 double tax treaties. Kaunas is a free economic zone. The OECD income is quite high. The equal protection for law is to invest both foreign investors as much as local investors. So that the workforce is very good. 95% of the Lithuanians speak a foreign language. Culture is influenced by Nordic, Slavic, and German. Midway climate between maritime and continental. In January, average daytime climate is -3, rising up to July to +20. But Lithuania is great at the biotech sector. It's been recognised as the most developed in Central Europe, and 90% of the biotech is exported worldwide. And there is strong research there from the government. So technical transports and logistics, Lithuania is the leader in the region's logistical performance, according to the World Bank Logisticals Indicator. It's centrally located within 3 large markets, the Nordic countries, Western Europe and Russia, so the location is ideal. Lithuania is one of the primary EU hub spots. The transport and logistics account for 12.3% of its GDP, and the sector accounts for employing over 100,000 workers. That's a total of 11.4% of the employment. Transport and services are exported to more than 110 countries worldwide. So bridging the gap between the logistical centres, Lithuania boasts the best roads in the region and is committed to investing 145 million in the highway system and over 100 million into the 4 public logistical centres that they have. The multiple transport channels such as seaports, they've got trans-European corridors, rail networks and international airports. So they've got a great selection of transport channels. They have excellent logistical infrastructure. The complex and innovative logistical solutions to match any company needs. They've high quality standards compliant with all EU and Asia standards. Excellent geographical location for distribution centres as well. So on the 1st of July 2017, a new version of the Lithuania Labour Code came into force. So making the focus on liberalisation of employment relations, so by making them more flexible. It also reduces the administrative burden for employers, therefore encouraging foreign investment in Lithuania. So the average wage in Lithuania is quite low. It's 400 euros per month, which would be high for Lithuania, but low on a European average. So Lithuania, for the biotech industry, Lithuania is one of the capitals in the biotech industry in Europe. And the biotech industry has grown by about 22% yearly for the past 5 years, according to Lithuania's Biotech Association. And the aim of the biotech industry there is to promote biotechnological science. So the more information about the biotech is that in 2004, Lithuania obtained full membership in the EU, so they are a full member of the EU. In 2004, also, Lithuania was incorporated into NATO, which means it is aligned with the US. The government is committed to investing in the biotech industry. In 2017, the government business scientists signed a resolution to make Lithuania the hub of the health and biotech innovations in Europe. And it is a highly skilled, educated workforce. Again, going back to the language, 95% of its workforce does speak a second language. There's been an increasing number of foreign companies invested in the biotech industry due to the natural monopoly since the fall of the Soviet Union. They have a very strong business clustering in the biotech firms in Vilnius. So clustering is a great way to promote collaborations between business communities and research. There's two major universities located in Vilnius, which is Vilnius University and Vilnius Tech University. And there's several advanced experts who specialize in the field of biotech. It's also a well-developed biotech sector, and several champions in the biotech have returned to Lithuania and are based in the Vilnius Institute of Biotech. So lean management objective would be here to have a competitive advantage, reduce cycle times, increase supplier loyalty, eliminate workaround processes, and minimize any rogue spend. So the lean management, the approach that we're looking to take is the customer centricity, eternal customer supply relations. Perfection is the goal. Synchronized flow, reduce variation, include all people, and to absolutely reduce any waste elimination. So how can a firm implement a sustainable lean management plan? Managers must adopt a sustainable plan for implementation. So they very much have to take control of this. So one option is a data-driven in terms of problem solving, which is, and you can see on the diagram on the right-hand side there, plan, do, check, act. So this plan is dependent on managers' complete adaptation of the PDCA cycle, in addition to continual coaching of staff to maintain this act throughout all day-to-day activities. So it's very much dependent on the managers making sure that this is adhered to. It allows for complete control over how processes are implemented, recorded, improved, or sustained, creating traceability within the firm's process. Some eco-friendly lean management. Lithuania is very eco-friendly, and they're doing great on their numbers. To future-proof any potential move to other EU countries, it would be prudent to examine the environmental factors to ensure the move would be profitable and not incur any unnecessary cost or waste due to EU regulations and to the environmental change. Lithuania's CO2 emissions are declining, and renewable energy accounts for more than 25% of production, so already exceeding its Europe 2020 targets. However, it's failing to comply with EU wastewater treatment standards. But Ireland and France are both behind their respective targets, improving renewable energies. The plan for increased pressure from the EU as it attempts to make the EU carbon neutral by 2050, using the recommended circular economy model to reduce waste and the need for new resources, which is on the rise in the EU. Lithuania's CO2 emissions was only 14.2 million tonnes in 2012. If you look at Ireland or France, we emitted 38 and 363 million tonnes respectively in 2012. So a massive difference there. There could be an opportunity to avail of funds from the Lithuanian Innovation Development Programme for low emission transport. And planning for environment regulations will now synchronise flow and reduce variations, which will minimise losses in time, so waste and money over the years to come. So another aspect of this is combining lean and agile in a hybrid supply chain strategy. So the agile supply chain is market sensitive. It can read and respond to real demand. It can process flexibility. So the ability of a firm to produce multiple products on multiple production facilities or lines. When more products are assigned to more lines, the firm's ability to match capacity with demand and to facilitate new products will improve. Operational flexibility, so dynamic allocation model or a fixed allocation model. Operational flexibility is most valued under high demand variability and when mean demand and capacity is actually well balanced. Through the adoption of a hybrid supply chain strategy to build an agile response upon a lean platform using lean principles to the decoupling stage and agile principles after that stage. So looking at the finances there, you can see the startup costs. So we hear the Lithuania is the preferred plant location, as you can see from the previous slides. It's a 3-year startup project. No revenue is generated with the upfront cost of 5.4 million. 3 countries were considered in the analysis, as you can tell: Ireland, France, and Lithuania. Building and equipment costs are the same, but the land is 2 times more expensive in Lithuania and Ireland. So future value of money must be considered with a minimum 5% return required, and 5% return over 13 years is a 1.8 future value multiplier. So operations overview, here at the financials here is again, you can see operational commencement for year 4 to 13 project. Lithuania has operational cost advantage versus France and Ireland, which have similar costings. Significant labour and overhead cost savings. So overhead is 65% labour cost in all cases. So massive savings there in overhead costs in Lithuania. 2.9 million savings in Lithuania over 10 years in operational activities. Profit analysis is the profit summary for the 10 years of operation. Lithuania is 10.5 million net profit, 3.4 million greater than the nearest country of interest, and Lithuania has 0% corporate tax for the first 6 years, followed by 7.5% for the next 10 years. Ireland has attractive corporate rate at 12.5% for full duration of the operation, but again, as you can see, Lithuania with a 0% corporate tax for the first 6 years is far more attractive. So this is just a quick overview of our financials, just in case you couldn't see them properly on the screen there, so you can take a better look at that. And to give you our conclusion on this, Lithuania is the 11th in the world's most rapidly developing economy, with the best education infrastructure in Central and Eastern Europe. So the equal protection laws protects foreign investments, and Lithuania's biotech sector is recognised as most developed in Central Europe. Excellent geographic location combined with proven and highly developed transport infrastructure, and it plans to make itself the hub of health and biotech innovations in Europe, demonstrated by the resolution, as we've seen earlier, signed in 2017 by government and industry leaders within the country. And with in terms of renewable energy, Lithuania is exceeding EU targets, unlike Ireland and France, who are lagging way behind. This is extremely beneficial to the companies in Lithuania, as the EU aims to be carbon neutral by 2050. So that's it for the slide. Here's our references, and thank you for listening.